Hey, Tech Savvy Agent fans, it's Steve Passanelli. I'm here with my main man, Jim Marks from Virtual Results. He is the CEO and founder of Virtual Results. Jim, how you doing?
Very, very good. Thanks for having me, Steve.
I'm excited to have you on here today because we travel a lot together. We do a lot of shows all over the country for different types of events, and I see you speak all the time, but it never gets old. It never gets old watching you speak because you have so much passion and energy.
Well, thanks for that. Yeah, we have traveled a bunch together, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So one topic that I always found interesting was and this is a small segment in one of your larger presentations, of course. But
Wait. Do you only find one topic interesting?
Well, one topic especially interesting. They're all very good. But the one especially interesting though is the value of a visitor, not necessarily the value of a lead on your website, just the value of a visitor on your website. And you explain it so well. And I think, when I watch the audience, when you speak, there's an overwhelming like, oh, okay, now I got it. I got to figure this out. So I want you to explain it to the Tech Savvy Agent fans and kind of let them know how they can compute the value of a website visitor.
Well, yeah, I think it's important to not only talk about how they compute it, but why they compute it,
Yes.
right? So look, this is both a competitive advantage for those who understand this, which, is kind of sorry people who already understand this, and a huge deer in the headlight moment for people who don't. Look,
Right.
There is no secret. Most real estate agents understand that there's a lot of traffic on the internet, and you can go buy the traffic. You can get it through Google pay-per-click, Facebook pay-per-click, Craigslist. There's so many different ways to get traffic, right? And yet they don't invest in a lot of these different methods of getting traffic because they just feel like they're sending money out and they don't understand what their ROI, what their return on investment will be. And yet they sit and watch people dominate their marketplace and they don't understand, how is that guy spending all that money? He's everywhere. He's on pay-per-click. He's on remarketing. He's on Facebook. What does he know that I don't? In the meantime, we're also watching the aggregators just beat everybody up, right? So we're watching a lot of pay-per-click coming in from the really big companies, that and the agents aren't getting their share. I feel it's actually quite simple. You've heard me ask this question over and over from the stage, and it's this. I mean, Steve, if I offered to trade you a $10 bill for a $5 bill, would you take it?
Well, let me think about that. I don't have to think very long there, Jim. If you offered to trade me a 10 for my 5, yes, I would take that.
And a 10 for a 20?
Probably not.
There you go. Yeah. So that's a really easy. I mean, everybody on this video will absolutely understand.
Right.
And that anytime, if I put you in front of a slot machine and tell you every time you put $1 in, you're going to get $1.30 out. How long are you going to play that machine?
You won't see me.
That's exactly right. You're not coming back. So this is really kind of the crux, the basis for all inbound marketing strategy. And it's quite that simple. The deal is if I offer most agents $5 for a unique visitor to their website, we go to deer in the headlights again, right? Like, I don't know, is that a good deal? Is that a bad deal? And it's simply because they haven't done the math that everybody else has done, that the people who are dominating their market has done. And the math's not that difficult. It just takes a little bit of time. So the first thing you've got to figure out is the value of a sale, right? So understand that when you talk about the value of a sale, any time that we look at an inbound marketing campaign, the first thing we have to know is what's the achievement of a goal worth.
Right.
And typically in real estate, for most agents, the ultimate achievement of a goal is selling a darn house, right? We need to sell a house.
Correct.
So whatever your average sales price is, times your particular commission, whether you typically are at 3 or 2.5 or 4 or 1.5 or whatever you sell at, times your split with your broker, right? This is typically like, what is the actual profit, the net profit you get out of selling a home?
Right.
And that's where this starts. That's the value of a sale. There's only two other things you need to know. One is, how many internet leads does it typically take you to make that sale? So it could be, some of our clients are 50. We have some clients that are down as low. We force phone numbers with them, and they're down as low as 25.
Wow.
And depending upon how many leads it takes, right? So now if you just take how many leads it takes to create a sale, now you know the value of a lead, right? You just divide the amount of that sale into how many leads. The only last thing you need to know is how many clicks, how many unique visitors does it take to create a lead, right?
Right.
So if it takes 100, which means you have a website that's converting at 1%, which is pretty darn low, then you take that amount of you take the value of the lead and you multiply that. You divide that by the amount of clicks, right?
Right.
So if it's 100, if a lead is worth $500 to you and it takes 100 clicks to get a lead, then a click is worth $5, right? Does that make sense? Those are really the three things you need to know: the value of a sale to you, the value of a lead, and how many unique visitors it takes to create a lead. And I know this sounds complicated, but once you get it down on paper and start figuring it out, you start getting it close. And as you do pay-per-click, or as you do Craigslist, or as you do Facebook ads, the more data you have, the more clicks you buy, the more traffic you drive, the more exact this number becomes. Now, if I ask you, if we do this math together, Steve,
right,
and I show you that every single click is worth $7.80 to you.
Yeah.
And I show you that you can go out and buy clicks all day for $1.50.
I'm buying them all day for $1.50. For $2.
You're sitting in front of that slot machine forever, right? And now you're one of the guys in your market that everybody's looking to and saying, how are they spending all that money? How are they spending all that money? How are they everywhere, right? And the only difference is now you've got the confidence to understand that if I put in $1.80, I get $7 back, and I'm going to take that bet all day long. There's also one other thing. This is typically not the way it works. Typically, it's not $1.80 and $7. Typically, it's say a click is worth $4 to you, right?
Okay.
And you look at all the traffic available to you, and some of it you can buy for $1.80, some of it you can buy for $3, and some of it is $6, $7, $8, $9, and $10, right?
Okay.
So it tells you which to buy.
Right.
Right? You buy more of the cheap stuff,
right,
and you buy less of the expensive stuff, and you remain profitable. It's literally the basis of all your inbound marketing. It also helps you with something as simple as organic SEO. Because if you're paying an SEO, for example, to do SEO for you, instead of saying, oh, I'm ranking here or I'm ranking there, that's not important. You say, I'm paying him X. He's increased my traffic by Y.
Right.
How much is that traffic worth, right?
How much is it costing you?
That. Exactly. You do that math now, and you don't have to worry about, oh, he's got me at number 3 or number 2. It's just he's increased my traffic. I know the value of that traffic. I'm going to keep paying him, or I'm going to fire him. It's that simple.
So with your website being the hub on the internet, this is absolutely crucial. You can't run a successful business and generating leads off the internet if you don't know that information. I can't see a way you do it.
This is anyone that does inbound marketing consulting, or anybody that starts in inbound marketing, the first two things you need is, one, what we call end-to-end Google Analytics. So you want to make sure that you know the genesis, and I mean the very genesis, what somebody typed in their search engine for every sale you make, to understand what's important to you. And the second thing you have to know is the value of a click. If you know those two things, you are in the top 1% of real estate inbound marketers in the country.
Awesome, Jim. Well, you are the man, and that's why I wanted to bring you on here. Jim does a lot of events from the Explode events, and you run your own PNC. You have your own PNC events that you do. How many of those do you do a year?
A dozen or so. They're really, really cool events. Yeah, I jump on stage, speak for an hour, 45 minutes, and we talk about everything that we do for our clients. We just spill the beans, like
Awesome.
every strategy we know.
Well, that sounds good. I'll put some more information in the post. I want to thank you for your time because I know you're a busy man. You just got back from traveling, and you have a company to run.
Steve, anytime for you, and I'm sure I'll see you on the road really, really soon.
All right, Jim. Thank you.
Have a good one.